What's up, guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Garage. In today's video, we're going to be changing the oil on the 2001 Yamaha Warrior 350. Let's get right into it. To do this job, you're going to need a 19 mil socket with a ratchet, an oil filter, this is the OEM one, a 5 millimeter Allen key, some oil, which I'm using Rotella T4 15W40, some rags, and then obviously a drain pan to catch your oil. If you want your oil to flow a little bit faster and easier, the best thing to do is to let your machine warm up. I've let this thing idle for about maybe 5-10 minutes, something like that. Gave it a quick few blips. The motor is hot, and your 19 mil drain bolt is underneath here. It's literally the only bolt that's directly under the bottom end of the motor. You're gonna obviously need a drain pan and just unscrew this bolt here. There is a spring on it, so be careful of that. It will kind of spring out if I can get it. Let's see. There we go. Maybe. I may not be able to get it all the way out without using the socket. It's a little difficult to do with gloves on, and obviously there's oil pouring out of it. Okay, oh, there we go. Well, there's our oil. So this oil should have some flakes in it because I just did a rebuild on this thing, and this is the first oil change. So I was kind of hoping to see if I could find any flakes or anything, but it's kind of all poured out and chunked in there. So let me get a rag and wash my hands off, and then we do have a screen here we can look at. While our oil is draining out, we can take a look at this oil screen here and see if there's anything trapped in it. And it does look like there's some stuff in here, which is pretty common. I just did a rebuild, bottom end and top end on this thing. Well, I didn't do the bottom end, but the previous owner did. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this little screen off with some brake cleaner, and then let this drain pan completely drain, and then we'll put the drain bolt back in and cinch her up. Went ahead and cleaned our drain bolt up. It was pretty oily, and there was a little bit of gunk built up here in the bottom, which I just used a rag and wiped that out. You can see there's a little bit left still right there, but it wasn't too bad. Now, like I said, I'm gonna go clean this screen off. We're basically down to just a few drips now. So what you do, you take your oil drain bolt, take your spring and screen, put it on like this, and you're going to have to compress this up as you spin the drain bolt. There are aftermarket drain bolts that have notches here that make it a heck of a lot easier. They're pretty cheap, and I'll actually link one down below that I used on the last Warrior I had. It worked out a lot better than what this is gonna do. So once you get this up here, if you don't do that, if it'll stay, put it up in here, put your drain bolt on, and push at the same time you're spinning, and you could hopefully get it started. It can be difficult though, especially because this thing has no grips on it. As you can see, it's not easy. Getting oil over my hands, it's a little bit difficult. So I'm gonna try to do this off camera so I'm not in the way of the camera. It's a little bit easier that way. But essentially, it's just gonna be easier if you buy the aftermarket drain bolt. I don't know the direct torque specs for this. I will try to have them listed on the screen. I don't use torque specs. I'm literally just going to cinch this thing up like that. Once it kind of stops, I'm gonna stop. There is spring tension, so it shouldn't really move anywhere. And obviously this giant wrench here, I'm choking up on it, so I'm not putting a ton of force on it, because I have stripped out bolts before, and you don't want that to happen. Now after you're done, clean up any oil around the outside that will potentially drip and make you think you got a leak. So clean it up as best you can, any of the oil that's on the frame there, and wipe away what you got. And now we can go over to the oil filter on the other side. Now this is our oil filter right here next to the stator cover. It's a 5 millimeter Allen key on my four-wheeler, so I'm just going to start twisting this off. I may have to use this end to get them off here, at least loosened. Put your drain pan underneath to catch. It's probably going to make a mess, so just anticipate having a mess. And we can just pull these off one at a time, and our oil filter will be exposed. As you can see, it's already starting to pour out everywhere and make a mess. There we go. Get you a rag, and you can pull this out of here. You can look at this thing. There's definitely some gunk in there, but this was and is a fresh rebuild, and I even think the cam and rockers in this thing are new, so there's going to be some wear on this. It's expected. I'm not too worried about it. The oil actually doesn't look too bad, and there's a little bit of shininess there, but again, that's to be expected on a fresh rebuild. I didn't mention it on the drain bolt, but there is an O-ring. Make sure it is still attached to the drain bolt and it is in good condition. This is brand new O-rings, and the same as with the drain bolt. I have a brand new one on there. I put it on when I rebuilt the motor, so I know they're in good condition. If they're bad, you can go ahead and buy a kit, and it should have all the O-rings you need. Once this is done dripping, I'm going to go ahead and clean it out with a rag and maybe some brake cleaner. Get everything I can out of there. Clean the surface off, and then go ahead and get our new oil filter and reinstall it. Get our oil filter, here it is here. There's the part number if you need it. And with this oil filter, we're going to put the open end here inside on this little piece there. And then we should be able to put our cap back on. So this can only go on technically one way. And you just kind of have to line up these bolts and start threading them in. Now, I don't know the torque specs. I'm going to probably assume they're about 7 foot-pounds. I'm just snugging these things up. Again, they don't have to be overly torqued. You just want them snug so that they don't come loose, because there is kind of spring tension on there, so it should stop it from coming out. Now that our oil filter is in, we can go back to the other side and start putting fresh oil in this machine. Now, Yamaha calls for 2.6 quarts of oil. I'm going to go ahead and put in about 2.2 or 2.3-ish, see how it looks, and I'll probably end up adding a little splash here and there to measure it out. Once we add in that 2.2 quarts, I'll go ahead and start it. And again, I'm using Rotella T4 10W40. It's what I use in almost every single one of my ATVs. My 400EX it's what I use. It's what I've used in almost every ATV I've ever owned. This is just the oil that I use. It's rated for wet clutches. All right, I got about 2.1 or 2.2 quarts in here. I'm gonna go ahead and cap it off, start this thing up, let it idle for about a minute or so, let the oil cycle through, let it flow, let it drain down, and I'm gonna check it again, check the level of it, and if I need to add more, I'll add more. If I don't, then I won't. Just pull the dipstick out, and as you can see, there's literally nothing on the dipstick, so we're gonna add some more oil. All right, I just pulled the dipstick out, and you may not be able to see, but the level is, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. It's directly at the top line there. So I'm gonna call that good. It's right about 2.5 quarts that I've added. So I'm gonna call that good. All right, guys, that is how you change your oil in a 2001 Yamaha Warrior 350. So if this video helped you out, let me know down below. If I did something wrong, let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have a great day. Links for anything that I use will be down in the description. Use them, help support my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.